Sometimes doing the right thing feels small, but sometimes it opens doors you never knew existed. If you're ready for a story that proves how one small decision can lead to a life-changing twist, like this video and comment, from which country? Are you watching my video? I can see where my video is being watched, and it truly means a lot. It was just after sunset in downtown Ridgevale, and the streets were buzzing with tired office workers and busy commuters. Among them walked 22-year-old Liam Carter, a quiet delivery driver with messy brown hair and worn-out sneakers. He had just finished his last shift and was on his way to catch the 7:15 bus home. As he walked past the upscale business plaza, something on the sidewalk caught his eye, a brown leather wallet, slightly scuffed, lying face down near a bench. He looked around. No one seemed to notice it. People walked by in a rush, their eyes fixed on their phones or the road ahead. Liam picked it up. It was heavy and had that expensive feel, definitely not something you'd find at a gas station. He could feel the outline of a few cards and maybe a stack of cash, but he didn't open it. He thought about it for a moment. The bus would leave in 4 minutes. If he took the wallet home, it might be hard to find its owner. But then he noticed the business card tucked in a small pocket at the back, just enough visible to read a name. David Rosner. The name didn't mean anything to Liam. Still, he decided to walk back into the plaza and ask the security guard if anyone had reported a missing wallet. 10 minutes later, Liam was back on the sidewalk, now having missed his bus. But he didn't regret it. The security guard had taken the wallet and said he'd try to track the owner through the ID. Liam shrugged and walked to the next bus stop, tired, but feeling clean. Like he'd done something right. The next day, Liam's phone rang while he was on his lunch break. It was an unknown number. He hesitated, then picked it up. "Hello? Is this Liam Carter?" A calm, commanding voice asked. "Yes." "Who's this?" "This is David Rosner. You found my wallet yesterday." "Oh, yes. I turned it into the plaza security. I hope it got back to you." "It did, but that's not why I'm calling. I wanted to thank you. Personally." Liam was confused. "No need, really. Do you know who I am?" The voice interrupted gently. Liam paused. "No, sir. I'm the CEO of Rosner Dynamics. We manufacture medical AI systems. That wallet had over $2,000 in cash, and a confidential access card that could have caused serious damage in the wrong hands." Liam blinked, stunned. "I didn't open it. I just saw your name on the card and gave it to security." There was silence on the other end for a second. Then David spoke again. "That's exactly why I want to meet you." Liam was invited to the Rosner Dynamics headquarters the next afternoon. He almost didn't go. He had nothing to wear except a clean t-shirt and jeans, and he felt like a fish out of water among the marble floors, glass walls, and people in suits. A well-dressed woman led him into an office where David Rosner sat behind a glass desk. Tall, gray-haired, with sharp eyes and a calm demeanor, he stood and offered Liam a firm handshake. "You have no idea how rare people like you are these days," he said. "Most would have kept the cash, or worse, tried to sell the access card." "I didn't even think about it," Liam replied, a little nervous. "And that's what tells me you're the kind of person I need." David offered him a job, starting as a courier in the company's internal operations team, with a promise of growth if he showed integrity and consistency. It paid nearly triple what Liam made delivering takeout. Liam accepted. What choice did he have? It was too surreal to say no. For the first few weeks, things went smoothly. The job was simple, delivering internal memos, hardware parts, and sealed envelopes between floors. But one night, around 10:30 p.m., Liam was called in urgently. The main building was nearly empty except for a few lights on the top floor. A nervous man in a white lab coat handed him a sealed black envelope and told him to take it to Sector 6, a part of the building Liam had never heard of. "You need to scan your ID, then place your thumb on the scanner at the red door," the man instructed. "Don't ask questions, just deliver and leave." Liam did as told. The elevator took him to a floor that wasn't even labeled in the control panel. It just appeared after swiping his access card. The red door hissed open. Inside, the walls were metallic, and the air smelled faintly of bleach and electronics. He placed the envelope on the tray, as instructed. But just as he turned to leave, he heard a sound, a faint beep, followed by a soft human voice. "Help me. Please." He froze. The voice was coming from the other side of a wall, behind a metal panel. Again, faintly. "They're not telling the truth." He waited, breath held, but then the sound stopped. The red light above the panel blinked twice. Liam backed out, shaken. He didn't sleep that night. The next day he tried to ask subtle questions. What exactly happened in Sector 6? But no one would answer. People would either act like they hadn't heard him, or they'd change the topic immediately. Over the next few days, Liam noticed strange things. One morning, he passed a hallway monitor showing a photo of a woman, employee of the month. But the next day, she was gone. Not just the photo. Her nameplate on the door, her computer, everything. As if she never existed. Then came the envelope marked Urgent, Level 0 only. He had never been to Level 0. He didn't even know it existed, but the same man in the lab coat told him, "Just deliver and don't talk to anyone." Level 0 was cold, not in temperature but in feeling. The halls were black with no windows and the walls felt too clean. Halfway through the corridor, a side door opened by itself. He shouldn't have, but Liam peeked inside. What he saw chilled him. People, dozens of them, hooked up to machines, breathing, moving slightly but clearly unconscious. Their heads were covered in neural caps, wires running from their skulls into large monitors that flashed incomprehensible code. A man in a black suit walked in. "You're not supposed to be here." Liam muttered an apology and quickly delivered the envelope, heart racing. That night, he went online and searched everything he could about Rosner Dynamics. But there was nothing beyond the usual. Press releases, tech expos, awards. But one forum post stood out. It was from 6 years ago. "If you ever get offered a job by Rosner Dynamics, don't take it. My brother disappeared after working there. No one ever found him." Liam wanted to quit. Every instinct told him to run. But something stronger pulled him back. Curiosity, maybe. Or the voice he had heard that night. "Help me." The next day, he faked a delivery request to Sector 6. He entered the floor and waited near the same wall. This time he had a tiny audio recorder in his pocket. And again the voice came. "They use our minds for simulation testing. I was a volunteer once. They never let us go." Liam recorded the whole thing. But just as he turned to leave, the alarm sounded. They had found him. Security grabbed him before he could get to the elevator. They dragged him into a white room, and for a moment he thought this was it. But then the door opened and David Rosner walked in. "I'm disappointed, Liam," he said calmly. "You were doing so well." "What is that place?" Liam asked, voice shaking. "What are you doing to those people?" David didn't answer immediately. He walked over to the mirror, adjusted his tie, and said, "You returned my wallet without opening it. That told me you were trustworthy. But now you've shown you're curious. And curiosity is dangerous." Liam stared at him. "You can't keep doing this." David smiled faintly. "We're not doing anything illegal. All our volunteers signed consent forms. The mind is the final frontier, Liam. We're mapping it to create medical AI that can predict disease, simulate trauma responses, even heal memory loss. But they're suffering. Progress is never painless." Liam was silent. David walked toward the door, then stopped. "You have two choices. Leave this room and forget what you saw, or join us. I'm offering you something rare, a real place at the table, a future." Liam didn't answer right away. He thought about the voice, the people wired to machines, the vanishing employees, the woman whose whisper still echoed in his mind. Finally, he said, "I need time David nodded. You have until tomorrow. Liam walked out of the building that night with a decision to make. Truth or power, conscience or opportunity. He didn't sleep. The next morning, he mailed the audio recording to a journalist in another city along with everything he knew, and then he returned to Rosner Dynamics. He walked into David's office, calm and collected. "I've made my decision," he said. David looked up. "And?" Liam smiled faintly. "I'll join you. Because sometimes to take down a monster you have to walk into its den first."